Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. I'm outside a commercial property I have for sale and for rent. I actually showed it to a potential tenant today, and they gave me some new ideas for this property I had not thought of. So I'm going to walk through this property, talk about what we can do, what we can't do, different layouts, all kinds of different possibilities for this commercial property that can also be residential, which adds a lot of value to the property and possibilities. Now, I'm not sure this tenant will work out, maybe, maybe not. But I am kind of excited about some different things we can do on this property. It's actually a lot bigger than it looks. It's about 3,700 square feet on each floor. Used to be a doctor's office, was built in 1965, and we have the original floor plans too. All right, so I was just showing this property, and it was a lawyer looking to rent part of it for kind of a newer practice, but he's been practicing before. Maybe that would work out, maybe not, but he doesn't want the whole property. So, and he actually had some good ideas. I'm kind of glad I came to see this because this property has lots of potential. It could be multifamily, but if we did multifamily, it'd obviously need a lot of different things changed around, plumbing, maybe HVAC, different layout to really maximize the money in it. But it could also be 1 or 2 units. So we have this space. It was all rented to one big company before, and they ran the whole upstairs. We have a basement too that could be utilized. It is underutilized now. So there's a lot of different options here. It does have an ADA bathroom, as you can see. This was kind of a veterinarian office and a doctor's office at one point. We bought it when it was vacant and did a little bit of finish work, and a company just drove by and said, "Hey, is this for rent?" We said yes, and they rented it. It was pretty crazy. But you can see you could have a reception area here, a reception area here. This could be a shared lobby if you have multiple units, or it could be one lobby if you've got just one unit. So we'll show you kind of this front area here. I've just got you kind of like the cool little breezeway type thing, your reception area. Now I'm just thinking, hey, if this was multifamily, how would you lay this out? Obviously you need windows, but you could have, you know, kitchen. Actually, we have a kitchen over there. Oh, there's all kinds of different ways to do it. But you could have a couple bedrooms here. Open this up here, because this was open when I bought it as well. We didn't have this wall. And have big bedrooms, a big unit here. There's more rooms. That could be a closet, you know, more bedrooms, a tiny bathroom that got locked somehow. I think I could open it if I had a quarter or a penny, but I don't have one right now. Another small bedroom, but it does have a closet. So there's a lot of different layouts. I have a floor plan for this too, which would help with this. You got your copy room here, closet, storage area, and then we did put in a kitchen as well. I think there's kind of a kitchen here before, but we put in a full kitchen. So we already have one kitchen, but I don't know if it is a great kitchen for an apartment, maybe a small one. Mop room here. But this is kind of where you could separate the commercial units. If you're doing commercial units, this door could separate here, that door could separate there, and this could be a common area kitchen for both units, which isn't the perfect situation, but if you just have 2 tenants, might work out well. We have another idea that the lawyer actually gave me too. This could be a conference room of some kind, who knows, for this unit. And then back here we just have so many offices. There's offices all over. There's 1, 2, 3, another tiny bathroom here, 4, 5, another closet, 6, 7 offices back here. So that's a pretty big workspace. You've got a big open space here, which we kind of cleared out for the last tenant too. So this could be a nice workspace back here as well, or second unit. And they share the lobby, they share the kitchen. You've got a door that locks right here. This kind of set up to divide the space. And then it used to have a reception area here, which we could easily open back up again too, so they could utilize the lobby as well. So there's all kinds of different options here. Now, if we wanted to make this living space back here, it'd be a little trickier back here with all these bedrooms. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you could just divide it, you know, down the middle and have some living rooms and a kitchen, and then 3 bedrooms on each side. Make kind of one of these bedrooms, you know, switch it into some bathrooms, bigger bathrooms for both sides. Maybe it wouldn't be that hard to do, because the way it's built and structured, I feel like all these walls right here are your support walls, and everything on the inside is kind of removable, if I remember correctly. That's your stairwell right there, so that can't be removed. But a lot of the rest can be changed around and moved around. Of course, you need to figure out your entrances. There's one entrance. You probably need to add another one over on that side if you wanted to have apartments up here. But you could have 4 big apartments up here. Just depends on how you want to divide them. And then we've got the basement down here, which has even more space. But before I say that, the idea that guy had was, hey, why don't you make these executive offices and rent each one out for $300 or $400 and have a common shared workspace? I was like, well, that's actually a pretty good idea. So, you know, maybe you could rent the front space to one office, you know, one business, and this back is executive offices. So that's an option too. There's a little more costs with that, because you'd have, you know, cleaning costs. You want to have someone come and clean the kitchen, since everybody uses that, the bathrooms, etc. These common areas, for sure. You can't depend on the individuals to do that. But, you know, 7 offices at $400 a pop, pretty good rent. Of course, it wouldn't be super consistent. You might have some vacancies here and there. So, again, I have to look at those numbers to see if that makes sense. If you had multifamily, you know, if you had 3-bedroom apartments, so you'd probably rent for $1,500 a month in this area. Maybe even more. 2 bedrooms, at least $1,300. So you could bring in a pretty good amount there, but it would take a lot more work to do that. And then down here in the basement, I turned off some of my lights here. This area right here, it's actually sprinklered, because it used to be a doctor's office. I think they had their files down here, so the only area of the building that's sprinklered. But if you want to spend some money to put egress windows in, finish this space out, you have to put some plumbing, drains in, things like that, you could probably make at least 2 apartments if you really wanted to. Probably 2 bedrooms down here. Would probably rent for at least $1,200 being in the basement. We've got some extra room here that we could, you know, dedicate to those. You've got your HVAC room right here, which we would probably leave as kind of a common HVAC room. We've got lots of furnaces, lots of water heaters. And then over here, it's a really interesting room too, where it's set up to be residential. I think the rumor is the doctor who originally built this building back in, I think it was the 60s, maybe the 70s, I think it's the 60s, so was going to live down here, have his business, doctor's office upstairs, but just never finished it down here. And this could be a really cool spot. And if you just made this kind of one apartment down here, as big as it is, you could add 3 bedrooms, add some egress windows. You could probably get, you know, $1,800 for it with its size and space down here. So overall, maybe I'll put some of these numbers together at the end. If you did convert it to multifamily, it would definitely bring in the most money, make it the most valuable. But you'd have the permit process, you'd have a lot of work, especially in this unit, as far as finishing this space, as far as plumbing, HVAC, electrical, things like that. It'd be expensive to do. It would definitely be worth it, but it's also a matter of other projects I have going on, other things I have going on. Do I want to dedicate all my time and effort to that? Or Do I have other stuff that's more important? I don't know. This is one of those tricky ones. And we have it for sale. We have it for rent right now. And it's honestly one of the cooler deals I've seen for sale for a while for somebody if they wanted to come and convert it to multifamily, but it would take some work. So that's the building. Those are my current ideas. Not sure what's best yet. And here are those original floor plans. And what's interesting is the basement had a crawl space in a big chunk of it, but as you can see, it's a full basement now. They don't really show that apartment. They just call it future storage on there. And then the main floor was completely different than it was before. The big bathroom wasn't there. The kind of lobby wasn't there. They had other bathrooms in the middle. So this is sort of helpful, but also not really very close to what it is today. But I've always liked this building. It's pretty cool. And we could do some really cool stuff here. So I'm going to seriously think about this some more and try and figure out our best option. Of course, let me know what you think. And of course, we'll have videos of all of our other properties, businesses, the laundromat, tenant issues, things like that coming up here soon.